This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and fire. We keeping a foot on the what? On the Yeeks. We keeping a foot on the what? On the Yeeks. And like the Tibetan Mastiff that I am, man. Like the Siberian Tiger that I am, I'm applying what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts its pipes. Let's talk about it. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, they're back. Just get it in your brain. Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Because when Biggie said it, he didn't ask a question. He made a fucking emphatic statement. And what was the emphatic statement that Biggie made? Where Brooklyn is at is where Brooklyn is at. And Brooklyn's finest is in the motherfucking building. Kyrie Irving is now getting ingratiated back into the flow of things. It's like Alfred told Batman in Dark Knight Rises after 8 years of him being away. I liken it unto this. I draw the simile into that. Master Bruce. Well, Kyrie Irving. It's okay. It's your first day. You got to get back into the swing of things. Well, guess what? He got to get back into the swing of things, man. Getting back into the swing of things is never a seamless transition. Because like Kobe Bryant said, conditioning to get to the final state of conditioning, you just got to go through that motherfucker. There's no weak way around it. There's no bullshitting. There's no cutting corners. There's no basically sugarcoating. You got to get right through the motherfucker. And that's what Kyrie Irving is doing. Uncle Drew is back. The Razzler Dazzler is back. BK stand up. Brooklyn's finest is in the building. Biggie said it, though. Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Because when Biggie said it, he didn't ask a question. He made a fucking emphatic statement. And what was the emphatic statement that he made? Where Brooklyn is at is where Brooklyn is at. Vernon Maxwell prophesied it. He knows everything. Been prophesying this shit, man. Because he's Sun Tzu, a.k.a. Art of War, 7 steps ahead of the game, 48 laws of power on that rabbit ass. He done told you, Rudy fucking Poo and Plum Brains, your classic fucking dotes and troglodytes, and your ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. This was the reality. This was the finality, and this was the totality. Now they're back. The NBA's scared. Every team knows what's about to happen. Kyrie's about to boogie on them. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down now, get down on it. Get down on it. Get down now. They know it's about to be boogie down promotions, though, because when it's all said and done, Kyrie's back. Uncle Drew's back. The Razzler and Dazzler is back. KD Trey 5 has been doing his thing. He's been on a menace. He's been on that Slim Reaper. He's been on that 50, 40, 90 walking gazelle. He's been on that Mr. Do Me and I Chill. That motherfucker been on his ether, dog. He's been on his Merc. He's been on his napalm. Because at the end of the day, he ain't playing. Because when it's all said and done, like Kyrie said at the end, it's about the goal. The goal is the NBA championship. And guess what? Where Brooklyn is at is where Brooklyn is at. And Brooklyn's finest is in the motherfucking building. He knows everything. Prophesied this, man. This is why he's 7 steps ahead of the game. Because he told you, motherfuckers. But you wouldn't listen. You brain full of mush and brainwash fucking dodo heads. Because at the end of the day, to be a LeBron tard, you have to be anti against someone else. And that's why they give Kevin Durant the anti-LeBron tag. Because he back to back. Let me say it again. He back to back. They didn't like that. They were scared of that. They were like, fuck. So they're sitting here talking about some bullshit Christmas game where LeBron James did this and he did that. When in actuality, the Brooklyn Nets weren't fully stacked up. They weren't fully rostered up. They didn't give two flying fucks. Then they talk about, well, look what he did in New Year's Eve. Who gives a flying fuck? See, this is the problem with LeBron tards. This is the problem with these fucking LeBron fans. They go off of the bullshit and the fuck shit. But they never talk about real shit. They never talk about that ether, that shit that make your soul burn slow. The NBA playoffs where legends are made. The NBA finals where the pantheon of greatness is denoted. They don't talk about that. because that's scary to them. That's scary to their ideology. That's scary to their mindset. That's scary to all facets of their being. You have to understand, the Brooklyn Nets ain't fucking playing. They're here to wreak damage. They're here to wreak havoc. They're here to basically showcase their level of domination when it comes from a basketball standpoint. So when it's all said and done, I've said this before and I will say it again. Hand over that fucking trophy to where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Because when Biggie said it, he didn't ask a question. He made a fucking emphatic statement. What was the fucking emphatic statement? That where Brooklyn is at is where Brooklyn is at. And Brooklyn's finest is in the fucking building. Vernon Maxwell prophesied it. He knows everything, been prophesied it. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Niggas. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Niggas. Malcolm X said it best, man. The chickens have come to roost. He knows everything is a prophet that's not honored in his own home. But those whom they've rejected became the chief cornerstone. Every time you reject a He Knows Everything's cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat truth teller fashion, the truth teller, the ultimate truth teller, becomes the chief cornerstone each and every single time. So you need to look at yourself in the mirror when you reject the chief cornerstone and tell yourself, stop the presses and pump the brakes on the nonsense and go sit down somewhere and what? Higgity fucking hush to your damn rabbit ass selves. Because when it's all said and done, where Brooklyn is at is where Brooklyn is at. And Brooklyn's finest is in the motherfucking building. So guess what? Brooklyn is here to stay. Eat that. Marinate that. Let it sink into your corpus callosum and in your cerebellum. And let it sink into your medulla oblongata. This is He Knows Everything. Checking out.